Howdy, everybody. A little bit of an off schedule video today. I've discovered apparently the people in this part of the world do not understand what the lines on the highway are for, but it is what it is. Uh, Want to wish everyone a good morning, and to those of you over in Australia and Southeast Asia, out in the Pacific, uh, I guess it would be good at evening for y'all. It's probably really late evening if I'm doing my math right. So, guys, again, off session, off schedule. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Monique. A couple of things to think about going into the weekend. I keep hearing reports that China has outsmarted themselves playing with their own economy. Um, Now, we can't control that, but it is affecting items being bought. Everybody's talking about toy shortages and materials for the holidays. Get stuff early, guys. You can mitigate this totally by just going earlier than normal and buying what you need before the panic of the general public hits. I was chit chatting with a couple of other preppers on Instagram and on another live I was watching on YouTube, and we in the preparedness community tend to lean about anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks ahead of the general population. And that's because we're limited in what we can see. A few of us have friends or people who can sneak us information. Yeah, Monique, we already did the priority shopping for the holidays. Our kids are adults anyway. We don't have grandkids quite yet. Um, but yeah, just order it early. My wife's uh, Arts and Crafts Association, they got smart. They actually ordered in January. It barely showed up for the football and winter season. So they're going to place an order in November, assuming it's just going to get worse next year. So keep those things in mind. Order a little bit earlier. I would also recommend you take the time if you're going to visit anyone. Gas prices are going up, usual stuff. Take the time to go meet. Hey, Josh, how are you, bud? Morning. Um, Take the time to reach out, and if you can take time off to visit folks now, do it now. They're already saying that China's seeing an energy crunch because they cut back so fast on their coal, but they didn't take into account it would take a while for natural gas and solar and everything else to spin up. So now they're short on energy. So the Chinese government has told its various departments, obtain the energy we need, no matter the cost. So what we're going to have is we don't have enough supply, right? Everything's kind of running low. You're going to see those fuel prices go up. So if you're going to travel, you're going to fly, get the tickets now if you can afford to do so. And that way you have it available to you. Uh, yeah, and Joe, I got up this morning and I realized I had a crew that was going to two assignments, one after the other, and they were about an hour and a half out of town. I said, "Well, shit. I know this location will let me on. They will. They don't really care if you know affiliated people come in to make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to." One of the blessings and curses of being an engineer is you wind up out in the field every now and then unexpectedly, just to make sure everyone else is squared away and they know what they're doing. Uh, but yeah, if you're going to travel, you're going to do anything like that, try to do it sooner than later, so you don't you don't get yourself killed. By the way, for those of you down in Texas, Rosa's apparently they're putting a little bit of cinnamon in their coffee this week. And I don't mind cinnamon in the coffee. That's like the old Mexico City style, but I like to know it's coming. And I took a couple of good gulps of the stuff before I realized there was there was cinnamon in there, and that like totally cleared out my nostrils. So Yeah. Yeah, Joe, you guys try to get your travel in. Sorry, I'm going over a cattle guard. Oh no, somebody tried to drive a sports car on a lease road. That's not a good idea. Okay, so for those of you who've been four wheeling, that's some of the lease roads are just squished dirt, for lack of a better description, or caliche, which is kind of like a surety material that when you wet it gets super hard, and it's naturally occurring pretty much all over Texas, and it's not suitable for low riding vehicles. And somebody, I miss having coffee in Mexico City. I'll tell you what, Monique, found a I found an espresso machine on sale, one of those little DeLonghi's that are normally super expensive, but it was the year before last version, and I got it for 120 bucks because they were trying to like get it out of the warehouse. And my God, I made the Cuban style like espressos, and I made the mistake of having it right after dinner because I had paperwork to do. And at 3 in the morning, I'm on a headset on a PlayStation talking to my son overseas because I couldn't sleep at all. So yeah, but I do miss the good coffees, guys. The supply chain thing. This is not an insurmountable obstacle. It's just going to become a major pain in the ass for everyone. I've been posting videos. 2 weeks ago, we had chicken out the wazoo, no beef. Now the beef's back, pork is out the wazoo, and there's no chicken. And it's all over the map. So when you see it, buy in bulk. And if you have a friend nearby, I'm trying to get one of my neighbors. I'll probably just get my daughter to come up from the other city in Texas, and I might buy half a cow from the rancher I met at the farmer's market. And then I'll go up there with her. I'll bring the cooler. I'll just pack everything in ice, and then she and her boyfriend can take it back home, and I'll keep the rest here. So yeah, leverage that stuff. I like that, Joe. Yeah, I'm trying to live normal life. What's funny is down in Texas, everyone, the big media is beating up Texas, and they're like, "Oh, you're terrible people," and you opened up. Everyone's going about their business. It's the damnedest thing. Same in Florida. I see people like older folks that wear their mask. Nobody cares. Nobody picks on them. Nobody berates them. If you're not wearing a mask, nobody cares either. I know folks who got the Rona and they're not going to get the, as Josh would call it, the pinch. I love that phrase, by the way, Josh. I don't know if you're still on, but that pinch is hysterical. I love it. But and other people are like, well, I travel a lot, like me. I get exposed. I don't want to be the guy who made you know 5 companies sick because I was an idiot. So some guys get it. Nobody cares. Everyone is like, no, that's your choice. So I don't get it. Like we can't find enough people to come back to work. If anything, I think they've overstimulated the unemployed, and now they won't freaking go to work, which kind of sucks. Good Lord, they need to roll over this road again. Um, yeah, I got to tell you though, it is nice to be out in the country and just leave the office on Fridays and go hit the field locations, and you just get away. Guys, look, there's we all know the supply chain issues are out there. I don't think the general public knows yet. My daughter has started to become a micro prepper all by herself, and now she's got the boyfriend on board because they got caught in that freeze early in the year in an apartment down in Houston before they moved, and he was like, "Oh hell no, that won't happen again to us." So sometimes it's you get a ding and you learn. Guys, totally manageable, but you're gonna have to start a little earlier, which for some folks it's a bit of a pain if you're waiting on like a Christmas or end of year bonus uh, for some extra funding. So wait, Joe, sorry, Joe, your stuff's real small. In Idaho, people have been done for a long time. Yeah, and you don't see that in the news, and that annoys the shit out of me. People are just going about their lives. in what seems like 75% of the country. And it's these 2 or 3 cities that are on the headlines, and everyone's like, oh, they're dying. And not dying. I mean, it's not that the cootie doesn't make people sick. If it hits you the wrong way, it will jack you up. It will kill people. So it's something to be respected. But I think now that they have understanding about it, we need to just get people back to work. Let's move on, folks. And whoa, pigs. Nope, the pig didn't like the truck. Now, by the way, javelinas are some of the dumbest and meanest sons of bitches I've ever met. Excuse my French. Um, they don't see very well, from what I've been told, but they smell and hear very acutely to the point where they can triangulate your location by smell and listening to you. But they'll either do one of two things. They'll get agitated and come charging at you in a group, or they'll go into a complete panic and run into the woods blindly and fall down ravines. I guess that's why God made them, so they have lots of piglets, because otherwise they'd be extinct. So it's like a squirrel, you get enough of them and a percentage just die from stupidity. And but I don't know if you can see the camera bouncing because I'm all over the place. I guess I don't know if the camera's following me. Listen, guys, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your coffees. I just wanted to let y'all know that I do plan to do a live tomorrow. I might do something off the wall, like a watch party or something like that. I haven't decided yet. Or I can do some stupid news that seemed to be really popular. Like the high school road trip that wound up in a stripper pole bus because the school bus didn't have enough drivers. Hey, Stuart, how are you? Hey, Monique. So Monique, the javelinas are really like a peccary, which is more an Australian New Zealand critter. It looks like a pig, but I've heard it's kind of in like a family of the aardvark, but it looks like a pig. Um, and they're big in ornery shits. Excuse my French. But I've also seen someone find a piglet or a cub, whatever the hell they're called, and took it in and raised it. And apparently, if raised in that environment, they're highly intelligent, like a pig. And the javelina would follow the dogs around, and they'd go around like their own little pack. So I don't know enough about them. I know that they've treated a few of my friends because my friends went too close to the piglets, and the mamas will get protective and just charge at them. Um, and That's another tradition out here in Texas, and I'm sure a lot of the country roads is the same way. Is folks will be driving down a road by themselves, run across another pickup, and everyone waves to each other. I can't see peccary. I know what they are. Yeah, and I don't know what the spelling is. I think it was Peccaryye. It's just an ornery pig thing. Um, Now, apparently they're good to eat, but they have a nasty gland in them. So when you try to harvest them, you have to be sure you do it the right way, or the gland spills and it fouls the product. It fouls the meat. Um, I know the old cowboys and vaqueros out here on the ranches all over Texas all know how to do it. I've literally watched on one of the drilling rigs, they found a snake and it was in like under the trailer where the guys were sleeping. So they couldn't get it out, so they had to kill it. Normally the ranch requests you throw it back in the wild, but it got dug in and they killed it. And the old cook on the location was from Guadalajara, and he said, "Yeah, bring me the víbora." And they brought him this damn snake, a big ass snake, must have been about 6 feet. He took the head off and he filleted the snake. It's the first time I ever had rattlesnake. He was already making lunch for the guys, and he just threw the damn snake meat on there. And they were using it as an appetizer. It's the damnedest thing. I didn't think you could eat that, but yeah, apparently you can eat anything out here. Possibly, I don't know if they do be good for truffle hunting. I do know they're good at chasing people off your property because apparently the guy who adopted that one, some poor Amazon guy didn't realize there was a damn pig in the yard, and they grow to about 150 pounds, right? They're not small. And this hork of a pig and a Doberman gave this guy a chase around the yard, put him up a tree. The boxes went everywhere. Then, of course, the pig is like, "You brought these offending things or killed one of the boxes." Um, that's pet logic, right? I don't like what you're doing. I'll kill the male. But yeah, so yeah, if you're gonna have one, I would advise caution. Somebody rescued a baby coyote out in the other subdivision, and it was a little guy. It was a little. It looked like the runt, and so he had put that one on Facebook, and he'd start a howl, and the little coyote would howl, and then all the dogs in the house would howl, and then in the background you could hear his wife saying, "Stop doing that. That's annoying," because the guy thought it was great. But oh, hold on, there we go. So sorry guys, I can't see kilogram. 20 to 40 kilos for full-grown adult. Yeah. So a kilogram, what, 2.2 pounds, Monique? Am I doing it wrong? So it was under 100 actually. But some of them get big out here. Um, yeah. So the javelina is like every place has an ornery animal, and the javelina is Texas's ornery animal. Eventually, I'm going to find the freaking location. I don't know where the hell I am now. Well, the good thing is I'm on the main lease road, so eventually I'll find something. But hey, good morning, Klingon. So yeah, if you guys, those of you in Texas, if you go pick up roses this morning at any one of their chain around the state, apparently it was like when they made the coffee, instead of putting one pouch of coffee, these girls got up, and they're all of them are from Honduras, Guatemala, and southern Mexico. In the store I've been hitting when I come out here, and these girls make the coffee. It comes out looking like motor oil, and yeah, after about an hour of drinking that, you could taste color. Like you're just on a completely different level of awakenness. And oh wow, they're putting a refinery out in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty cool. Man, the shit they build out in the middle of nowhere is just freaky. I guess it's better than a black ops station or some secret prison, right? Uh, Although I'm sure we have those floating around the state. Who the hell knows? Texas is pretty good about putting prisons right off by the highway and letting everyone see them, but you never know. And there's a cow just all by itself chilling. That's so weird. You see the weirdest shit. Somebody had llamas on their ranch, and the damn things are run up to you when you got out of your car looking for snacks. So apparently, the rig hands were, and so like, oh, when people get out of their car, we get tacos or whatever the hell they were giving the llama. So yeah, the llamas would be up in your business, and you're like trying to get your hard hat on, and they're digging in your shit trying to get your lunch. And you want to give them the lunch because llamas spit and they bite. So it's kind of like, I don't know if they figured out they can bully themselves into snacks. I'm not sure. But guys, like I said, I might do something a little bit different tomorrow on my Saturday live. I just had a little bit of a window while I'm on my little road trip out to the middle of nowhere, and I figured I'd touch base with everyone. Folks, the supply chain issues, the fuel prices are all going to go up. We all see it. We printed way too much money this last couple of years, and we're going to get hit with the inflation. We all know this. So, you know, all you can do is kind of balance yourself against that kind of hit. Buy your things earlier, get your food now, buy in groups if you can. And before they start taxing damn Venmo, um, which I think is so stupid, I won't even get into that foolishness. But um, Venmo's a great way for you to, if somebody buys something for you, you just send them the money back. So, what I would recommend is if you can buy in bulk as a group, like I said, my wife's Arts and Crafts Association, or small business group, or whatever, agricultural group, buy in bulk, and then split it between 4 or 5 people, your price per pound or per unit goes way down. All right, hold on. The cow decided to. No, really, there's not really much you can do, Joe. And I guess that's where I'm going with it. You're better off, instead of panicking, just see it coming. And that's what I try to do when I, because I mean, a lot of people will fearmonger and they'll be like, oh, end of the world. It's not the end of the world. There's been inflation before, there've been shortages. Humans are still here. We're kind of like roaches, we don't go away. Eventually, we'll do something we will go away from, but not anytime in the near future, I hope. But yeah, all you can do is be aware of what's coming so you can adjust your approach. And hopefully, you can adjust it before the general public does. The general public, because they're not studying, not listening, not paying attention, they get hit last minute and they freak the hell out. And then they fight over toilet paper, which I'm still shaking my head over that one. But I shouldn't have been surprised. They punch each other over cheap crap at Walmart every Black Friday. Every Black Friday, people go and have fights in Walmart. Why? It's just bullshit. What are you doing? They put 3 TVs on sale for a ridiculous price as a loss leader just to get you in the store. So unless you're the first 3 guys in there, you're not going to get shit that's at that price anyway. So just calm down. But nope, they go and punch each other over Walmart shit. So, oh, Joe, I kid you not, as my sons got older, because they have an even darker sense of humor than I do. Couldn't imagine who taught them that. Um, my youngest one in particular, we'd go and grab Starbucks and we'd go to the mall on Black Friday and not shop. We would sit there in, like, the seating areas they have by the little coffee shops in the mall, kind of like in the food court. We would just watch the people, and it was such a shit show every year we did that. And we would just sit there and watch them. We had no intention of buying a damn thing. We wanted to watch stupid. um, but then a fight actually broke out once, and I'm like, man, someone's going to stab someone, and then we're going to have to explain to the cops what we saw. So I didn't feel like becoming part of an investigation because I just happened to be the dumbass drinking coffee, laughing at the idiots. So after that, we kind of stopped. But it was interesting, to say the least. Um, but in any case, guys, I'm gonna have to roll on to a work site here in a little bit. I hope I brought my hard hat, otherwise that's gonna be embarrassing. Um, you have no idea how many hard hats I've bought because I went to a location and broke it getting out of my truck, or the strap wasn't right, or I just straight up forgot it in my bag, and then I was an idiot. So, but yeah, guys, you stay safe. Pay attention to what's going on and just react accordingly. There's no need to freak out. I would recommend having cash on hand. The hackers are getting very good at screwing up ATMs and online banking and shit like that. So have some cash. So if they screw up a bank for a week, you're not dead in the water. You can at least buy groceries. You can pay for gas. So you can get to your damn job. Um, yeah, just react accordingly, and just pay attention to what's going on. Uh, Panic doesn't help anyone, but if you know stuff is coming, you can kind of adjust your approach, and then you're not. Oh yay! Hold on a second here. I'm going to get stuck in this part of the road. Uh, and this would be why I bought a 4x4 truck. I haven't had one since I left up north because it's like it doesn't snow in Texas. And then I wind up out here, and yeah, you need 4x4 out here too. So, boys and girls, look, y'all stay safe. Just pay attention to what's going on and then react accordingly. Make your plans to take into account higher prices. You may even want to talk to your family in advance and say, hey, let's put a limit on what we spend on Christmas for everyone. 25 bucks. Little thing we've done in our family. I'm going to stop here to let this truck roll by. Um, we did white elephant gifts. So basically, one year, because everyone was kind of between jobs and market was shitty. This was back in like '08, or not '08, 15, when the energy market went down, and then like the financials went right behind it. We did a white elephant. So we told everyone a gift no more than $50, suitable. At the time, my kids were already older teenagers. So for 16 and up, snarky kids, and everyone just bought one gift. And then we had a white elephant exchange while drinking, which got really colorful. And not only did we save money, it was freaking hysterical. The young ones still talk about it to this day. Watching some of the older folks doing shots because they had their gift taken away, and yeah, it becomes real fun. It can, if your family's competitive, it can get out of hand very quickly. So just a warning. But in any case, more groceries. Yeah, and Joe, yeah, if you're, that's my point. If you're on a fixed income, you just kind of adjust what you're spending your money on, so you're not getting hit with, you don't overextend the wrong way. Like now may not be the time to get the real expensive entertainment system. Now might be the time to get groceries, and if something changes a year from now, go get the expensive stuff. That's more of a luxury. But Joe's spot on, guys. But y'all be safe. It's like watching a live social experiment. Yeah, Monique, that's absolutely true. It's interesting. You guys want to entertain yourself? Go on Black Friday, get a coffee and a snack, go sit in the mall and just watch. Don't buy anything. And you can walk around the stores, nobody will notice. Just watch the other people. And that'll give you a good idea of what will happen when supply chain takes a dump one day. So, yeah, some days, Joe, I am right there with you. But ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure saying good morning to y'all. Just wanted to hop in while I was on the road. I will touch base with all you folks hopefully tomorrow, unless something unusual happens. In any case, y'all be safe. Godspeed if you're on the road, and be careful out there. We'll see you in a bit.